having a meeting with a man and a woman in the mirror. Look at the good, look at the bad, and look at the ugly. Starve the bad, starve the ugly, and start amplifying and feeding the good, and let us see the good side of you coming out. You may have gone through issues. And I just want to encourage you. As I speak here today, 10 years ago, and hear me, gentlemen, I could not afford 3 meals a day. 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I ate Colgate for dinner. And not for hygiene purposes. 10 years ago, I removed my clothes to lay on the cold tiles to soothe my stomach. Today, by the grace of God, I can eat anywhere I want. I can eat anywhere. I can go wherever I want. But what am I saying? In this season, it is a season of coming out. And I don't want anybody listening to me to lose this season. This is a season of coming out. And I feel sorry for those who are not logged on, because I'm going to give you nuggets that will shock people when you come out. The tallest building in the world, who knows it? Tell me.
Can I go first?
Yes.
I think it is, the tallest building is in Dubai somewhere. Let's start from there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Burj Khalifa.
Burj Khalifa.
Now, do you know it took 6 years to dig the foundation, but only 4 years to erect the building? What am I saying? People go to pay from what took 4 years, but nobody went to pay to see the foundation being done. This season, be very sensitive. This is when you're supposed to dig your foundation, so that once we get out of this season, people will marvel at what they see. This is a time to build capacity. That is why I don't come from the school of thought where people say that car is too expensive. It's not expensive. You just don't have the capacity. Somebody else is saying it's too expensive. Somebody else can buy it like buying bread. So what am I saying? Build capacity. Gain knowledge beyond your academic things. Go online. Don't go on gossip. Don't go gossip forums. Oh, sijui, oh, vuteni stool. Sijui 5 things you do not know about Burale. Number 6 will shock you. Don't go to those things. They will not build you. What you follow determines what follows you. So you cannot sleep with mediocrity on Monday, from Monday to Saturday, and expect excellence on Sunday. You cannot take in mango juice and burp out apple juice. What you take in is what you will give out. If you take in garbage, if you take in gossip, you cannot give out wisdom. And I want to encourage you. Hear me, ladies and gentlemen. You have what we call time in your side or on your side. Don't waste it, because today you are a day closer to your death. Today, tomorrow, you'll be 2 days closer to your death. Don't waste time, because you can never recover time, but you can redeem time. So even in this season, let your mental state be so razor sharp focused that you do not spend too much time crying because of the darkness. But what are you going to do? Some of you should be writing books at this time, but you cannot be going, and can I speak it as I feel it? Am I allowed to speak it as I feel it?
Aye. Say it as you feel it, my boss. Say it.
Some of you, the problem with the young people of universities, all you are doing is just wasting time having sex. Or you are telling your boyfriend, eat me like Indomie. Oh, so do you what? Stop those things. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. Huh? You are there, you young man, you're telling the girl, who's your Zadzi? Zadzi is what? You're not even buying your own father airtime. You understand what I'm saying? Your father, long life, you're telling your boyfriend, kill me, Jonte, kill me, Jonte. What is he killing you for? And I'm going to give you the 10-10-10 rule. This is to the ladies. If you have sex, you'll enjoy for 10 seconds. And then in 10 minutes, you will sleep. In 10 months, you will have a 1-month-old baby. Where will you be in 10 years?
Oof. Oof.
Hallelujah.
Oof.
Oh, it's getting a bit hot in here.
So yes, it's okay, young lady, to have your Brazilian weave that you shake it like this and you say, ooh la la, it's fine. Young man, it's okay to show your six pack. Oh, your hips don't lie. When you get to 50, the hips will lie. Have you ever seen a man who has a six pack when he's 50? He walks as if there's a problem, he has a stiff neck. Let me tell you, don't let those things be your be all and end all. Right now, I want to tell you, listen to this statement, and I want you to write this down. Where you stand during your youth will determine where you will sit in your old age. Where you stand during your youth will determine where you will sit during your old age. And I'm begging you guys, I wasted time during my campus. I went to campus in the United Kingdom. I'm telling you, there, as a black man, I was very marketable. And I wasted my time sleeping around. If I knew some things that I know now, if I knew them 20 years ago, I would already be the president of this country. I still will be. But what I'm saying is this. Focus, which is the first letter of focus. Let's go. We are going to a class now. First letter of focus is F. F means frame. Frame the right things within the frame. And then frame out the excess baggage. Frame out gossips. Frame out mediocrity. Frame out procrastination, which is the next letter, O. Once you frame within the things you want within the frame, letter O, you will see the opportunities within the frame. Once you see the opportunities, letter C, it will inform the crowd you hang around with. Somebody once said, if you hang around 4 millionaires, you probably will be the 5th millionaire.
Very
if you
true.
hang around 4 fools, you will be the 5th fool. So you frame the right things, you will see the opportunities. It will determine the crowd you have to hang around with. And then you, based on your crowd, they will push you to see the unlimited potential that you have. Now, the potential stage is the stage that kills many people. You cannot have potential for too long. Some of you were told you have potential from class 1. You go to class 4, you are told the potential is about to come out. You go to class 8, you're told potential. You go to form 4, potential. You're dying with potential. Once you get to a certain stage, you need to dislike the word potential and embrace manifestation. That is why 16 years ago, I was a potential father. When my daughter was born, I became a father, meaning my seed and a womb came together and a child was born. Now the question is, what seed of greatness have you brought up? And then you got to hang around people and the spaces that will incubate your seed and bring out greatness. And I want you in this season to have clarity of mind, to start deciding who is for you, who needs to go. So that was the crowd. And then U is unlimited potential. Then S is soar like an eagle. An eagle is the only animal that looks directly at the sun and tells the sun, I'm coming after you. The problem is we like perambulating in mediocrity and celebrating average success. But I want anybody listening to me this afternoon to say goodbye to average success, to say goodbye to mediocrity, to give an eviction notice to something called a cul-de-sac, meaning you get to a dead end. You got to be the kind of person who is soaring so high that you're looking at possibility after possibility. And that means, again, with that, you got to hang around the right people. If you can look at me and tell me you have 10 best friends, you're a mumu, you need to get your head checked. The more people you have, you're taking yourself to the grave. You understand what I'm saying? You need these 4 types of friends, and I will say, and I've said it before. Number 1, the friend who knows your weaknesses but does not gossip you. Number 2, the friend who knows your strengths and wants to build you in your strength. Number 3, the friend who has been where you want to be and is not jealous and wants to get you to that place. And number 4, the one who has your back, the one who fights your battles in your absence, not the people who come to gossip other people with you, because the moment they're done with you, they will go to another address and gossip you with other people. You've got to have the gift of goodbye. And in this season, as you have a clarity of mental state, you got to take a pen and a paper and say, this is draw number 1. These are the friends. This is my vision. This is my mission. And this is where I want to be. If you don't have a short term, if you don't have a mid term, If you don't have a long-term plan, you are a person conquering the wrong mountain successfully. Okay, Zasha says, I repeat about the friends. Number one, you must have the friend who knows all your weaknesses but doesn't judge you. All right? All your weaknesses but doesn't judge you. Then you must have a friend who knows all your strengths and wants to build you in your strengths. So the friend who knows your strengths cannot be a jealous friend. Is a friend who is willing to see you go high. The one who knows your weaknesses cannot be a malicious friend, because you'll find yourself on Kilimani Moms. And then you need to have that friend who knows all, who has been where you want to be and is not intimidated, so wants to get you to that place, and they will use their experience to get you there. And lastly, you must have the friend who is not jealous, who is not malicious, who fights your battle in your absence. That friend who says, I got your back. If you have those four, nobody will stop you from succeeding.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I think that's the best opening we've had since we started this summit. I've even lost my train of thought, Burale. You picked it up very well. You just picked it up on another level. I think now what we can just do is diving into the topic of the day. So we just diving into it and yeah.
Right now, what I will tell you, and listen to me clearly, this is a season where depression is high. Okay, this is a season where young people are having suicidal thoughts. What I'm going to tell you, don't die for anybody. Don't die because of stress. Because if you die, they will bury you and they will forget you after 7 hours. So you're not dying anytime soon. What you got to understand, I wrote something. Your mental health, hear this, your mental health and your well-being is just as important as your physical health. Positive mental health enables you to function well, have meaningful social connections, positive self-esteem, and be better able to cope with life's ups and downs. A few tips that will help you. Number one is spend time with your friends.
Burale,
friends.
Yeah? I think maybe you can repeat just the last part you said. People want to get that again.
Okay, let me read this again.
Yeah.
Your mental health and well-being is just as important as your physical health. I got this on Google. Positive mental health and well-being enables you to function well, have meaningful social connections, positive self-esteem, and be better able to cope with life's ups and downs.
Nice.
This is a moment we got to understand, thanks to COVID-19, life as we knew it will never be the same again. But that is not to say it is a bad thing. All I'm saying is adjust your lenses and dance to the beat of the day, not missing a beat. One of the few things you'll do, and I don't want to bore you with a lot of jargon, because I think what I've told you has ignited something. Because what I've told you already, I think should carry you for a few more days as you now plan the future. Number one is hang around the right people. Hang around your friends. Don't hang around people who speak doom and gloom. Hang around people who are seeing beyond. You understand what I'm saying? Not people who will tell you, let's go for those lales, let's go for those jamas. No, forget about those people. Don't hang around people who are just telling you, let's gravitate towards cannabis sativa or alcoholic beverages. Avoid those people. Or shisha, you know? And every time you're posting on Instagram, hashtag shisha manenos. Let me tell you, if you're in that category of shisha manenos, let me see where you'll be 5 years from today. You'll be perambulating in absolute mediocrity. You understand what I'm saying? Now, hang around the right people. This is the time to re-strategize. The plans, the vision is still the same, but the plans change because of COVID-19. Maybe you wanted to go to Mombasa, you wanted to use a car, but there is now a bump, there's flooding. The plans have changed. You will use a plane, but the journey is still to get to Mombasa. So look at the vision, the mission you've had, and you understand what I'm saying. So don't lose focus. Of course, avoid drug abuse. This is the time, you campus people. I'm telling you, some of you, I know you're looking at me as if you're the deputy Holy Spirit. Some of you maybe even had sex yesterday. You are there telling the man, oh,
Hey,
I'm your cowgirl. Which cowgirl? If you want a cowgirl, go to the horse riding school.
Burale,
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm going to tell you the truth because I'm desperate for people to get it right. I'm desperate for people to succeed. And I do have a desire. I want, of course, after my term, I want to see governors. I want to see great men and great women. There is no point you talk to me. I come to speak to people, and I feel like I've not deposited something in you.
Very true.
So please, young men, I'll speak to you, young men. Sleeping around does not make you a man. It just makes you a boy with beard. And I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to speak it to you as I feel it. You look at the people you waste your time cowgirling, reverse cowgirls, do what, and all those things. And you young man wearing a tight trouser showing you your strongholds. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. In this season, they call you, you young girls there, a man calls you and speaks in a bass and you're like, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. The guy says, hi baby. And you are there getting all confused. And the guy in church is in the soprano part of choir. He's just put a hand on his neck and he's trying to force a bass. Hello, baby. And you're like, oh my goodness, Jonte, Brian. No, Brian, what? Let me tell you something. If any one of you is going to plan to throw away your life tonight, just that you're going to have, and let me tell you, please hear me. Don't go start sleeping around. Stop it. Hold on until the right time. There is nothing. Let me tell you, do not waste your life because of a sexual intercourse. It's even worse when you throw away your life for a 1-minute man. You got to hold on. Men, keep your zip up. Women, Thailand closed. No visa to Bangkok. You got to understand, some of you, hear me. Some of you, your parents have struggled to pay school fees. Some of you know your parents have sacrificed. The best you can do for your parents is not to give them a good house. The best you can do for your parents is to succeed based on the sacrifices they've put upon you to your highway to education. And that's the best you can do for your parents. I don't want a house for my daughter. All I want is for her to succeed. I want to see her a great lady in society, and I'll be happy. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm telling you, and I'm going to declare something because I'm also a man of God, if anybody watching me had come to pick a chick on this Zoom, I declare.
Tell them.
I declare.
Oh, declare it, my brother.
That Uber will have 4 punctures. And I declare, if that Uber gets the girl to your house, I declare you will cough and diarrhea at the same time. You will not throw somebody's life away. People. I love young people. After all, some of you will be voting for me for presidency. So I need you guys alive. You understand? So, hear me. And then, at this time, set realistic goals. Don't be like those Christians who are saying, and it has beaten itself each other. Kimi Umana, Rene, you're crazy. I'm seeing some of the comments and I'm laughing. Don't be like those Christians who say, I'm going to live in Runda and you have no job, but you're living in faith. Faith without wisdom is nonsense. You understand what I'm saying? So it has beaten each other. I swear Rene has just confused me now. So set realistic goals in this season. All right? Think good things. Stop worrying about COVID. When you get a cough, you think you're about to die. Let me tell you guys, 10 years ago, I could not afford 3 meals. 10 years ago, I could not afford 3 meals. But you maintain the right attitude, the right focus, you understand? And the key is the neck. Somebody ask me why. The key is the neck.
Why?
Okay. Why? The neck, if you cut off the neck, you will lose your vision. You will lose your senses. Look at the head. The head has the eyes, all right? The head has the eyes, meaning your vision is up here. The head carries the ears, meaning you will hear where you're supposed to go. The head has the nose, meaning you will smell when there's danger. The head has the mouth, meaning you will speak forth that which you want to see. But the head without the neck has no direction. So many people say the head is the main thing. I got news for you, ladies and gentlemen. It is the neck that will turn the head wherever you want it to go. And take care of your neck, all the veins of the neck. You have seen somebody in America who died because they were pressing on his neck. The knee of that soldier, of that policeman was on his neck. So when the neck was constricted, everything up failed. You understand what I'm saying? So the eyes see, the mouth prophesies, the eyes hear, the nose smells where there's danger and makes you turn. In this season, let me tell you, you have a psychologist, I think, coming. I will leave the psychologist to speak to you all those psychological stuff. For me, I want to speak to your soul. Am I allowed, Mr. President Derek?
You're allowed.
Okay, so let me just flow. I think I just want to encourage you people. You understand? Let nobody tell you that nothing good can come out from you. All right? I want you guys to understand this and hear me good. Whatever you didn't, okay, somebody says I didn't catch everything. Well, if you missed out on something, just tell me. Oh, more than happy to repeat before I say goodbye. Now, you got to understand people. And in fact, let me break up this time. Anybody who has a question, you can ask. Let's be interactive. Any questions?
Who has a question? If you have a question, please. This is the only time you're allowed to jump in. Switch on your mic.
I had a question.
Yes,
Yeah. You were talking about ears and nose and everything, and I got lost before you mentioned that. I don't know what you're talking about. If you could go back, please. Okay.
All right. Now, I talked about the importance of the neck. I talked about the head is what people concentrate on, but the neck is what carries the head, which has the eyes that you see the direction you need to take, that has the ears that you hear where you need to go, has the nose that smells where there is danger, and the mouth prophesies where you need to go. It is the neck turns the head to the direction you're supposed to take.
Wow. Any other question before we move on? Any other question? Just switch on your mic and start talking, then you'll be first to go before Burale continues. Okay, it seems there's no more questions. I think
okay, let me check on the messages, I think.
Chat box.
Let me check on the chat, then I'll answer them. Oh my goodness. All right. Others say, you guys can hear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, others say that one needs to practice and experience. What is your say? If a man tells you have to cowgirl him, just you're cowgirling a boy. And let me tell you, ladies, the moment you go into the arms of a man in cowgirling the man, your value stands from 100 to 0 in one ejaculation. What hope is for those who have messed up? How do they find footing, proceed in the right direction? I love them, Jay. What you got to understand is I messed up. Nobody had more sex than me. At one time, I had 5 women at the same time for 8 hours when I was in the United Kingdom. Hello, I'm a lawyer man. But let me tell you, there comes a time, there comes a time you look at yourself in the mirror and say, I've messed up. That's why I said today, have a conversation with the man and the woman in the mirror. You understand? I know cowgirl, I know spooning, I know eating like Indomie. There's nothing I don't know. But let me tell you, there comes a time you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have messed up. Look at the good, the bad, and the ugly. What is your ugly? Remove your shirt and see the scars. See the scars and say the scars, you are part of me, but I'm not going to let you control me. And today, I speak on purity. Let me tell you something. Let nobody lie to you. I speak to you people. Some of you, your lives have been cut short in as far as upward mobility of sexual behavior. What you got to understand is there is no sexual anatomy that is gold-plated. So stop sleeping around. You will not get one that is silver. You will not get one that is copper. All right? So forgive yourself and turn around. Let me tell you, you will be okay. Let me look at more questions.
Maybe I can help
In this
you to
corner
ask.
time, how do you convince yourself to pursue new passions and also persuade others not to water you down? Now, you don't need to persuade others to water you down. You need your passions to be so high that the ones who want to water you down are so below you that they cannot get to you. Because when you soar like an eagle, you should never worry what a chicken will say. A chicken cannot get even halfway of where an eagle would get. So fly so high that mediocrity, if mediocrity tries to get close to you, oxygen supply is gone. Eagles don't gather. Eagles fly. But the problem is many of us want acceptance on social media. You're taking photos, sucking lollipop. You are called Trufosa. On your Instagram, you call yourself Beyonce. That's a lack of identity. Got to understand. Do not wait and live primarily for the praises of men. You do that, you have given them the power to kill you, criticize you. That's what I'm saying. Let your passions be high, that whoever wants to move around with you must also set their bar so high. But I'm not saying that you look down upon anybody else, but you cannot dance with mediocrity on Monday and produce content on Tuesday. You got to have the gift of goodbye. Even Abraham in the Bible told the workers, remain here with the donkeys as I go yonder. The question is, where is your yonder? It is a place where only you and the sacrifice know you're going. What is your sacrifice? Your moment of digging your foundation, your moment of giving to study, your moment of putting your legs together and saying, I'm not going to be anybody's cowgirl because I know where my mission and vision is and I need to succeed. Do not lose your vision because of an ejaculation. And it is worse when you lose 15 years of your life because of 1 minute. Do you know when a man ejaculates, a chemical is released on their brain to make them sleep? Imagine a man collapsing on top of you and snoring like a donkey or warthog, and he has taken 15 years of your life. I'm here to tell you, young woman, do not allow that to happen. But I'm also going to tell a young man, don't allow a woman to come and lick her lips and make you even lose your mind. You understand? You are a man who is a vision bearer. Women, at some point, they do not look they look a man with a vision and not a television. So you can show off with your television, calling every woman there. But when the rubber meets the road, the women look for a man who has a vision and not a television. I want to tell you without fear of contradiction, a Vitz with fuel is better than a Range Rover Sport without fuel. So where are you? Where is yonder? And you got to be so crazy about the pursuit where you want to go that if you have to go alone, you will go alone. If you have to crawl, you will crawl. If you have to go on your stomach, you will go on your stomach. If you have to go on your knees, you will go on your knees. But one thing you should never do, you should never stop moving. And I want you guys, by the time we are done today, remember this Hallelujah man. He told you, no matter what, keep moving. Keep moving.
Wow.
Keep moving.
Wow.
Even in this season, keep moving. If all your friends around you are drinking bad, I got to tell you, you are blind men trying to play football and you don't even know where the goalpost is. If you have friends, all they talk about is sleeping around, smoking shisha. Let me tell you, you are all moving very quickly towards your mortuary. But I'm not saying there is no time to have fun. You must have fun. I'm a pastor. Where I live, I go to Karen Blixen to listen to a live. It's okay to have some fun. But if fun takes over upward mobility, like a man building a 70-storied building on a 2-meter foundation, collapse is inevitable. Let me tell you something. When they tell you you're boring in campus, it is a backhanded compliment that you're on the way to the right direction. Don't dance to the gallery. Do not be the kind of person who wants to be friends with everybody. Somebody said on Facebook, if that's the kind of person you want to be, sell some ice cream, chalk ice bar, vanilla, strawberry. But let me tell you something. People who go far in life are the people who have a focus, razor sharp focus.
Wow. Wow.
Eh,
Wow. The questions are streaming in, Mr. Burale. Maybe I can
I'm
just
checking.
add.
Yeah.
I can just throw you into one question. You said we cut out friends who promote drinking and all. What if, besides
Yeah.
the enjoyment, we are actually helping each other grow in different aspects of life?
Fantastic. That's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. And that's why I said, if drinking overshadows upward mobility, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Go for your machoma, go have your drink, whatever's your friends, I have no problem. But if that becomes the main thing, then Derek, that's where the problem is. If it takes over, if it rides the good things, if that's all you're thinking about, when you wake up, oh, sijui what, changa, sijui vodka, sijui vodoski, sijui, oh, tequila. Most of you like sucking salt from here, and then you take your tequila. Let salt perambulate around your chicken and your chips.
Wow. Okay. Another question. In this Corona time, how do you convince yourself to pursue new passions and also persuade others not to water you down?
Yeah, I answered that, and I said high, very high up. Go very high up. That mediocrity cannot get to you because they don't have the capacity and the oxygen when they get up there.
Wow. Maybe I can give an opportunity to Susan. Susan, what do you think? What do you think?
Oh, wow, a lot of powerful stuff. I think you're both a psychologist and a preacher at the same time. So I think you've done a very good job, and a lot more. And
Thank you.
I think for me, my encouragement to all the young people here, and that's why I guess I'm here, is to reach out for help. Some of these things and some of these struggles, you won't just do them by yourself. I mean, if you're struggling with alcohol and drugs, you're struggling with sex addiction, if you're struggling with pornography, that's why we are here, so that we can walk with you through this journey. And so I'd just like to encourage the young people, reach out. There is help available. And I like what he said, don't lose hope, don't give up. Yes, we want you alive. And you young people should know, even from a spiritual perspective, you are targeted. You are the most lucrative right now. And so everyone is after you. The politicians are after you, your parents, your peers, the devil himself, God, of them are fighting for your lives. And you really need to make a decision of how you want to succeed in life. And so if you're struggling with these issues, come to us for counseling. I told you, if you're a DayStar student, absolutely free. And we have several counselors, so I can give you our contacts. Maybe Derek will find a way of getting them to you. But I can give you my number, 0722 386 003. You want it again, 0722 386 003. So beyond this group, you can, side chat me and we can see how we can do. Derek was asking about online counseling. Yes, we will find a way to do the counseling. I know we are at home right now, but just call me and I'll call you back and we can do some counseling on this. Because some of these things run deep. And if you're not careful, and especially during COVID time, you are on a break, you are at home, you have a lot of free time to yourself. And if you don't take care of that time, like somebody says, or this common saying, an empty mind is the devil's workshop. You don't want to be the devil's workshop this time. So occupy yourself. I like what was talking about. This is the time to reinvent yourself. During this time and during this, there's a lot you can do. You can be very creative with your time. You don't have to spend all your time on the internet watching porn or series or things that will not really build you up. You can use this time to decide, I want to take on a project to do something, and you do it, and you will be surprised much better and how much potential you will have, post-COVID, you will have become a better person. So I think that encouragement to people, and like we said, just to make sure that you do not get all these depressive symptoms, you need to do the basic things that help you feel good. And I think that one of them we were talking about here is groom. Wake up in the morning, shower, take a shower, take a nice hot meal, make your bed, comb your hair, all these basic things, brush your teeth. Just those basic things, you will be very surprised that they will give you a good mood for the day. And then another thing to do is just make sure you factor in some exercise in there, because exercise helps to boost your hormones so that you feel good. So if you stay so much indoors, if you stay in the house so much, you'll find that your energy levels begin to dwindle, begin to feel very fatigued for no reason, you feel sleepy for no reason. So this is the best time to at least make sure you factor in some exercise, whether for you it's a walk, a bicycle ride, whatever form of exercise works well for you, so that you boost your feel-good hormones. Yeah, so those are some of the things that you can do. And then, of course, other things that you people are very good at: enjoy music, enjoy nature, anything that helps you to feel good. But most of all, if you really feel like you're struggling in one area or another, if you have started having those suicidal thoughts, I'm good for nothing, then that's time to reach out. Come and talk to us as counselors. We'll be there to help.
Wow.
Yes,
Thank you so much, Susan. I think we have another question for you, Robert. Maybe you can answer it. So if you have a passion you're pursuing, and you have a vision, that you believe in 100%, and you have the drive to do it, but society, especially your parents, tries to tell you otherwise, what is your best advice you can give to such a person?
One thing I'm going to first and foremost, Susan, thank you for such wisdom. I could listen to you the whole day. Thank you. But what I'm saying is, you believe in it, and all parents don't believe. I'll tell you something, young people. Your parents always wish the best for you. All right? Now, it is very important to always have wisdom, pick wisdom from various leaders, parents, in school, mentors. You can never be a person of authority if you're not a person under authority. Always speak wisdom and marinate and make a great meal from the words of wisdom you get from people who you honor in as far as authority. You can't be like a wildcat just flowing. I mean, some people have a vision and they're very passionate about it, but they want to open a strip club. You need wisdom to be told, no, that's not where to put your money. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? So it's always good to listen to people and don't rubbish anybody. You know, even in the Bible, there's a man who was saved because his house help gave him direction. What more of your parents? What more of your leaders in school? What more of your mentors? And you're told, please, and I want to encourage you people, as Susan has spoken, when you struggle with these things, because what you do not take care of will take care of you. It will finish you. Even in the Bible, they didn't take care of the snake. In Revelation, so please, you struggle with these things like masturbation and all this. And many people your age struggle with masturbation. Don't look at me as if you're the deputy Holy Spirit. You know what I'm talking about. The Bible says, I will bless the work of your hands. Not that way. You understand what I'm saying? So you get to a place where speak out, talk. Counselors are there. Speak to them. They ensure they have utmost confidentiality. You understand what I'm saying? And speak to somebody before it gets too bad. I got to a place where I had not spoken to people. By the time I'm realizing I was addicted to sex for 15 years, I almost died. Speak to somebody. Do you know? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. I'll give you this story. Why I'm very passionate about you young people. Because I've been these things. There was a story of a man who fell in a hole. And a doctor passed and says, help, help. Esther wrote a note and says, when you get out, come, I'll treat you for your broken limbs. And then a lawyer came, help. And the lawyer wrote a note and threw it down and said, when you get out, I will sue whoever dug this hole. Then another man came, help. And that man jumped into the hole. This guy says, are you foolish? Now we are both stuck. This man says, no, I have been to this hole before. I know the way out. Some of us have been holes that you people are struggling in. We will jump in because we know the way out. Talk to somebody. Some people struggle with masturbation. You do it today, you say, I will never do it again. Tomorrow, you are choking the bishop again. Today, you say, I will never have sex again. Tomorrow, you are there, Jonte has called you. You are already on Uber Chap Chap. May no Uber Chap Chap be available tonight. And if you have airtime, may the applications of all Ubers malfunction. You have a future. Yes. Guys, please, let me tell you, do you know there will come a time? Are all of you in campus? Are you in Daystar?
It's a mixture of so many. You're live everywhere, Burale. We have Daystar.
Okay, now they're universities.
Yeah.
Do you know there will come a time you will walk away from the gates of your university one time? That is the day you will know life is not easy. Don't take it for granted that you have people being invited to speak to you. Like when you guys invited me, I came. Maybe if one individual had invited me, they would not afford what I charge. But because of my passion for you people, and I know the things you've done, and you are by the way, you are not the leaders of tomorrow. That lie, I don't know who lied to you. Leadership is now. Because whatever you do today will determine where you will be in 5 years. Hear me, I'm going to give you an illustration. Look at this. Can you see these two phones?
Oh, we are sorry, brother. We are sorry.
Yeah, okay. iPhone, Samsung, you know what I'm saying?
We understand you. We got you, brother.
You got me.
Yeah.
Now, hear me. This is you now, right? But this is you 10 years from today. So the you 10 years from today is cheering you on so that you do the right things today. Because him 10 years for you, the 10 years of you today depends on you. And everything you're going to do today will determine what you will be 10 years from today. What am I saying? Leadership is now. Do the right things now. I know I've gone a bit off topic, but I feel just to encourage you people. And let me tell you, if you don't know yourself on the inside, you're wasting your time. Leadership is now.
Maybe another question that has just been posted right now. What advice will you give to someone who has been affected by COVID-19, business closure, and so far invested time in doing some research and trying to venture into new projects, but friends and family feel like you are avoiding to visit them since they have free time and you're busy with your new project processes?
I would encourage that person who feels COVID has affected your business plan and all that. I want you to understand COVID affected everybody, from the president to the watchman. What you got to do is know this. One day, COVID will be a thing of the past. What do I mean? We will move on from this worry and darkness. Keep your plans. That's why your vision, short-term, mid-term, long-term. Now, if your short-term is affected, your mid-term will strengthen your short-term. If your mid-term gets weak a bit, your long-term strengthens your mid-term. If you have a clear-cut plan, the destination is the same. Direction may change because of potholes, because of winds, but you still get there. If anybody says you're too busy for them, as long as you know within yourself you're doing the thing, don't feel guilty because other people.
Oof. Wow. Maybe I can drive in a question from the audience themselves. So if you have a question, just switch on your microphone. First come, first serve. So the floor is open to you guys. Anyone? 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so another question. Okay. Yes, Kelly.
Mr. Robert Kelly, I wanted you to expound on the steps, since years for some a long, be a short time. What did it take?
Miss Kelly, I think you can repeat the question.
Oh, let me repeat it. Robert said it for him to be able to be where he is and afford what he can. And also, now responding to that, 10 years can be a long time.
This is the annoying dude.
Yeah, short time.
Shut up.
So what did it take for him to get there?
All right, thank you very much, sir, for that question. What it took first is introspection. You have surgery. You have to have, you got to get to a place that you have a conversation with yourself. You know, you can never lie to yourself. You're just saying, man, I'm here, I'm blundering, I'm messing. And then number two, it took me to get to know I have to say goodbye to some people. Not because they're bad people. I just have to say goodbye to some people. To say, you know what, I know. And sometimes you say goodbye to people, not because they're bad, but because they're not good for you in that season. Then number three is to have my vision, and then listen and hang around people who I aspire to be like. I start hanging around business leaders. I start hanging around spiritual leaders. And of course, the most important thing for me, and I will tell you, and I'm not embarrassed to say, is that my place of prayer, that manufacturer who is God. I went back to him and asked God, what did you call me to do in this world? And I'm going to challenge you today. The day you know why you were born is the day you start your upward mobility. Because nobody, hear me, nobody remembers the kind of car Nelson Mandela drove. Nobody knows the kind of suit Barack Obama wears. Nobody knows the kind of food Martin Luther King loved. But if you say, I have a dream, you will know who we're talking about. If you say the long walk to freedom, you will know who we're talking about. If we say, yes, we can, you will know who you're talking about. But for you, eat me like Indomie, ride me like a cowgirl. Oh, what? Will you remember you for that? You got to ask yourself one question. What were you born for? You understand? And the day God calls you home, when you people pass by your coffin, they will say, here lies a great man. Here lies a great woman. If your life does not impact people beyond your new family, you are the chairman of the club of failures. People must enjoy the fruits that you give. People you will never meet, people beyond your geographical location, people who not. But if the people who enjoy your fruits are your parents and your brothers and sisters and your chick and your boyfriend, let me tell you something. You have no reason to wake up every morning. You should just wake up and slap yourself 7 times and go back to sleep, because you're good for nothing. And I want to tell you today, you got to live that will thank God that you were born. If somebody cannot say that you changed their life, let me tell you something, stick around somewhere. You have no right to be seen anywhere. You have no right even to brush your teeth, because everything you speak will not help anybody. And I'm going to challenge you. You are in academics of higher institutions of higher learning. What were you born for? When I see you 5 years from today, what will I see in you? What will I see you producing? And I'm not saying you got to be perfect. There comes a time you got to understand. Even I tell people in my ministry, if a former prostitute comes for my meeting, nobody should kick them out. A former prostitute will be the one leading prayers because in the kesha, because they're used to being awake the whole night. Whatever you are doing wrong, when you go towards purpose, everything will turn to your good. If former gangsters come to my ministry, I will tell them those are the ones I need, because we'll make warfare prayers, because kazi yao ni vita. Whatever things you did, you will turn to your good. I know some of you have been smoking cannabis sativa. Some of you, maybe even right now, your videos are not on because you are holding some cigarette and some vodka. It is okay, but you got to get to a place that you understand, if all you are holding is beer, you can be sure a PhD will not come on that.
Ishasemo, my friends, Ishasemo. Yeah. Just one final question to.
In fact, let me give this statement, sir. Allow me.
Yeah.
Determination is the voice. No, listen, hear me. Determination, the whisper that will silence the voice of discouragement.
You can repeat it again.
Determination is the whisper that will silence the voice of discouragement. Get determination. Please, I know some of you are saying, but Robert, where will be? You don't know how much struggling. But as long as blood running through your veins, as long as your heart is still, the ground is level. From me, I come from Buhalalire Busia. Watch this. I will one day write a book from Buhalalire to State House. I'm going to challenge you, university students. Determination is the whisper that silences the voice of discouragement. Drugs run away. It will turn your great mind into muddy brine. The best you can do for your parents is succeed. The best you can do for this world is succeed. You can do for your academic institutions is to succeed, so that the pride of your universities is saying you are once there. Do you know? You're listening to me. One can be a president. The other one can be a prisoner. Yet, listen to the same person. What you do with the information is what makes the difference. I'm giving you chapati. One will eat to nourish your body. Other one will put it on the floor to step on it. I pray that most of you and your brain, and success is yours for the taking. God bless you.
I want us to do something. I think if you have the capability of switching on your camera, I want us just to give a clap to Burale this afternoon. If you can switch on your camera, please. If you can switch on your camera, man, just.
But Derek, you've blocked people from opening the cameras.
I haven't blocked anyone from opening the cameras. Nope. You can have I?
I'm trying to disable this.
The host says.
Let me check on the settings.
Use my colleague. Emma is there. Emma Kalondu. If you say hi to people, she's the other counselor we have. Data.
Yeah.
Yes, and we also have a male counselor. So feel free to call each one of us. Emma, do you want to give your number?
Yes, I'll write it on the chat.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we met them in the morning, most of them. So.
Oh yes, you must have met her in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thanks Emma for joining us. Yeah, so people don't die with your issues, and it's never that serious. There is hope, there is help, there is healing. That's my man. Hope, there is healing. So long as you are alive, there is hope. So before things get worse, and we are here with potential professionals and try and give you the best help that you can get. Yes, and we are not judgmental. Like I said, some of the things that you're struggling with, we have struggled with you. So we know all those cowgirling stuff. Come, let's talk. Let's talk and see how you can get help and get out of the situation and be the person that you are born to be. Yeah, this is the best time of your life. This is the time for you to build your potential a lot. So don't destroy your life with other things. And we are here to help you through that journey. Yes. Derek?
Wow. Thank you.
Question.
Yes, Tonya.
It could be to the both of you. There's some people, like especially people in university or something, who maybe had, before the quarantine and this whole mess came about, they maybe had started trying to come up with a business or something, and maybe they were almost hitting that breaking point of going somewhere. Maybe because of what's happening, it wasn't possible. What would you advise that person to, like, how would you advise them to keep a positive mentality, and also, like, what would you advise them to going forward?
I think Susan can answer that first, then Burale.
We'll start video.
Okay. All right.
Start video.
Is somebody else asking a question? Okay. All right. So if I got your question right, it's about business failing, especially during this time of the COVID situation, and wondering how not to give up and move on. Is that your question, Tonya?
Yeah,
okay.
it is.
All right. Okay. I'll tell you is that we talk about when we're talking about either losing something that is important or going through a rough patch in life over something. So the 3 is accepting where you are, accepting that maybe things are not working out and that you maybe need to do something differently, accepting that, like, especially during this COVID season, the economy is affected. Everyone is affected. This may not be the best time for any business, so to speak. So this is not the time to really pin yourself down that your business is not working. The environment on the ground is not good for everyone. And so maybe it is a time to re-strategize. In fact, the next A, the second A is about adjusting. You need to adjust those priorities. You need to adjust those goals. You need to adjust those finances. So right now you need to really do a lot of adjustment. It might mean that you go for a while and wait until things are better, or look for a business that will work at this time. Like, I have been very impressed with young people who are selling all these designer masks, yeah, just to make ends meet. So maybe you had another business project, it's not working right now. Take on something else to do. Look at what is selling right now. Is it masks? Is it water, soap, sanitizers? People are distributing this stuff, door to door offices. Yeah, so look for what can work or can keep you going during door selling food. Yeah, again, with young people, don't choose jobs. Yeah, start small and grow from there. It doesn't matter whether you are supplying or hawking things right now. I'll tell you, I was a hawker when I was in my undergraduate. I was hawking things so that I can get my pocket money. And it worked for me. I didn't have to go back to my parents all the time asking them for money, for fare, for all these things. So start small, start where. I like what Robert said, don't keep on comparing yourself with other people. We are not all in the same league, but we can all be one day very wealthy. Do what works for you right now. So you have to adjust those businesses, adjust those priorities. If it's not working right now, lay it hold for a while and pick it up later and look for something else that can help you right now. And then the other thing that you need to do is advance, move forward. Okay, don't let the fact that maybe Bikul is not working right now or a business idea is not right now to put you down. you need to find a way to move forward. I like one of the things that was quoted was from Martin Luther King, who says, if you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl. But whatever you do, just keep moving forward. So think of things that will help you to keep moving. Even if you don't have the energy, the strength to do something every day, make sure you wake up. Make sure you wake up and just be there, be alive, and find something to do. And eventually something will hopefully come back. I mean, there will be a turnaround and things will be better. So for the economic part of it, I think this is a time to think creatively of what else you can do. Maybe shelve some ideas for a while, but then you'll still pick them up later. That would be my advice. So keeping that positive thought is very important. Knowing that something is not working right now doesn't mean that it will never work. In fact, many people fail so many times before they finally make it. So it doesn't mean that that's the end of your business idea. It just means you need to re-strategize. Yes.
Wow. This so many wise words from the two of you. I really appreciate it. Any other question? I would like to get a feel of the session from our previous facilitator, Elodie, if she's still here. Elodie, what do you think?
Is it on?
Yeah, it's on.
The line cut a little bit. What was your question?
Like, I just want to know what is the feel? What is the feel? What do you think about the discussion?
It's definitely very empowering. I feel like sometimes as a youth, like we start to seek advice, but we almost don't like what we're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do this. We're like, this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about. It's a different generation. They don't get us. But at the end of the day, we need someone with a firm finger point and be like, this is where you need to improve. This is where you need to do X, Y, Z. And so to be honest, I really appreciated all of the things that you've said. I've taken a ton of notes over here. So honestly, I've had a great session. I don't have any questions. I guess just one thing I'd like to, okay, let me ask a question since we're here. So throughout the whole like COVID, we're doing a lot of research to try and find trends in terms of the industries that are rising, right? So just from like a personal point of view, do you think it was a good time for the youth to take risks when it comes to investing or trying out new opportunities? Because that was the one thing that I feel like came into my mind as you were kind of discussing, because we do have a fear. A lot of us invested the few shillings that we have into things that haven't worked. So do you think now would be a good time to take a risk in a new field, possibly even a field that's tanking in the future?
Yes, Robert.
I love that. Thank you very much for those kind words. And thank you also, Madam Suzanne. I am a believer that this is the time to take risks. Let me tell you something. For me, this is the time to buy shares in KQ. Seriously. Taking risks at a time where everyone's pulling back is the reason many people will be celebrating you and wondering, how did you just do it? Listen to this. Zoom, which is this what you're using today, had been there before. But it's not because they knew COVID-19 would come. They had seen this. You got to be knowledgeable. The Bible says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. Today's Zoom, they said, its value is more than airline companies combined. Today, they did not know Zoom is coming. COVID-19 is coming. But what they knew is that they knew how to check the times. I kid you not. That KQ, I would buy shares. This is the time to take risks. She said, the risk takers are the brave people. If you're not, you can parabulate equity, but you will never be the person inviting people to a party of celebration. You will always be a guest to somebody celebrating their victories. Do it now. I agree, and it's true. Youth, sometimes young people, you want to do things, but then when you're told don't take it, you're saying, oh, you have white hair, you know, natuambia nini we mzeya, umechapa kasi sijui Arsenal, you know, Arsenal fans now, the guys who are stressed about the Premier League is Arsenal because they're used to losing, you know. So what?
But Burale, man, Burale, Arsenal imechapa, man. But that's another discussion. Kendele.
No Arsenal fan has ever tweeted, because Twitter has been around, I think, Arsenal has never Premier League. I want.
Wow.
What I say is yes, take the risks, and we want to say to Derek and the team is to say a great thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you,
and
sir.
and Suzanne, I hope we'll talk after this. I also want to pick your brain on one or two things. But Derek and the team, God bless you. I know I delayed. I was supposed to send some video. I didn't. I'm sorry. But tuko pamoja. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, and I can assure you in front of everybody here that anytime you need me, I'll be more than willing to help based on my availability, because it's just important to help people and to give people that which God has given you, because as I'm fed, I also need to feed people. And when you get to a place, let me tell you, there will come a time we'll ask you to do that. People and your presidents, when somebody calls you to speak to them, please don't ignore them, because life is a journey. Like a pipe allowing water to go through. So as I finish, hearts off for you guys. Let me take my heart for you guys.
Thank you.
I do not do fashion. I do
style. Oh, man. Nice one. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
God bless you. Guys, enjoy. I love you guys. I'm sure we'll be talking sometime. I'll invite you for my inauguration on the president. You know, I practice napa nitakuwa mwaminifu. I remember that day will happen. And I'll also get you guys to have the RB masks, you know what I'm saying? And we will be okay. I love you guys. And Derek, talk to me after this. I hope the feedback is good. I have seen people posting on your Insta story. Thank you very much. Mmenijenga pia na nawapenda nyinyi wote.
Tupatane State House.
Asante.
Thank you so much. Wow, Susan.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Derek, for this forum. I have also really enjoyed and been really inspired, and I am actually so grateful that it's come from the youth. It's come from people. Like you've been told, you're the leader today. So I like the fact that you joined in for this forum. Tells me you are on your greatness and that you want all that you can get to reach there. So I'm really thrilled that you have such a great following in ISEC and a great following with the youth. And you guys, keep it up. The organizers, Eric and your team, keep it up. People need to hear this kind of more often, and you need to know that there are people who are there for you. We are here. We are ready to help you. I personally love working with young people, and so we just want to see you get to your place. Show. So again, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes.
It's great. I don't think I've had an online summit like this with so many young people. So this has also been very exciting to me. Yeah, so thank you very much. I also love you a lot, and I pray for you a lot. I pray for young people a lot. Let me tell you, there's things that are even beyond psychology or therapy or counseling. You need, above all, you need God. And times for people, God can sound like an old-fashioned theory or myth, but trust me, there are times you can get to the end of yourself, and you don't need to get there to the end of yourself, especially when you're struggling with things like addictions. I speak about addictions a lot because I also have a lot of addictions. And I realize you need to reach a point of surrender. You need to tell God, me and sex and alcohol and drugs, I just need help. And so in your own time, reach out to God. God is there to help you and to walk with you. We will give you all the counseling that we can. But above all, we need to point you to God, because He's the one who through any challenge in life. Even some don't know who things come from. Hang on to for you. Will need you. So come counseling and to help you very much, and thank you much for your time. Bye bye.
Wow. Thank you so much, Susan. Hey, watu wangu. Mumesikia Indomie? Mimi nimesikia Indomie mpaka nikacheka. Sijui, I've never laughed like this.